Fox 10 News at 9 starts now.
Plus, a look inside the Valley company leading the way in 3D printing. The news is next.
And later on, a story you'll see only on Fox 10. A Valley company leading the way with the use of 3D printing technology. How they're using this to create parts for airplanes and spaceships. Tonight only on Fox, maybe you've heard of 3D printing. Computers controlling precision machines, spitting out super thin layers added over and over until you get a finished product.
It's very impressive stuff. It is the future, and it's here now in the Valley in a very big way. Steve Kraft shows us how 3D printing is turning titanium powder into precision parts for airplanes, rockets, and space satellites.
Here's a 3D printer. It makes precision parts out of titanium powder. This machine costs $1.2 million. But before we get to this 3D printer, let's check out this one. It's a lot cheaper, and it makes things out of plastic, like this incredibly cool Fox 10 logo. When you spin it, you can see the 10 on each end and Fox in the middle. How did the folks at Titan Industries in Tempe make it? They started with a computer to make the design.
So that part, we digitally made a block, and then we made a Fox and a 10 projections that we cut away the material in order to make that complex design.
The printer follows the computer's instructions one super thin layer at a time.
So 3D printing is a term for a bunch of processes that essentially is manufactured direct from a digital file, layer by layer, to build the parts. As opposed to taking a block of material and cutting away, we build it additively, layer by layer.
It's kind of like putting a bunch of wafers on top of each other?
Yeah, it's like a 2D printer, sheets and sheets of each cross-section, stacking them up to get a three-dimensional part.
The Fox 10 piece took the printer 3 hours to make, and it came out great. Same with this tiny plastic drone Titan Industries also made using a 3D printer. Check it out. Computer design, controlled from a smartphone. It even does flips on command. Making something this sophisticated, that's how precise 3D printers are. Okay, now let's get back to this giant $1.2 million titanium powder 3D printer. Titan Industries has teamed up with LAI International, a precision parts maker. What they're doing here is taking a special metal powder, titanium powder, just as strong as steel but only weighs half as much. An electron beam turns a tiny bit of that titanium powder into metal.
So inside it gets to about 3,500 degrees.
3,500 degrees?
Yes.
That's like is that like the surface of the sun?
The surface of the sun is a little bit warmer, but close.
That's crazy hot.
It is, yes.
And what does it do with all that heat?
Melts metal.
This super high-tech 3D printer makes a 90-micron layer. That's about the thickness of a human hair. Layer after layer after layer. 3 days later, the part is ready. It's inside a bed of powder. This powder recovery system cleans off the part. Titan Industries invited me to do the job. But first I had to put on a protective suit they call the bunny suit. Now that I'm wearing all of this protective gear, known as the bunny suit, of course, what I'm doing is blowing all of this titanium dust off of this part that was created with that 3D printer. The titanium powder is saved for future use, and there's the part. Parts like these are used on airplanes. Titan Industries says right now 1 in 2,000 parts on a plane is made by 3D printers. But get this, in 10 years, they expect 1 out of every 3 parts will be made this way. It's also perfect for space satellites and rockets. A good fit for the folks at Titan Industries.
We were formerly rocket scientists, and we decided to get into titanium 3D printing. We've really specialized our engineering firm on this technology.
But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do this.
You don't have to be.
Or do you?
But it helps.
In Tempe, Steve Kraft, Fox 10 News.
They may have just developed our next logo.
I was going to say, the battle over that logo right now is probably waging in the newsroom.
Oh, man.
That is so cool.
Titan Industries also says that 3D printing is great for making parts for cars and trucks, and there are medical uses as well. 3D printers are ideal, apparently, for making titanium artificial hips.
Very impressive stuff.